Babe, I wasn't expecting you home for another hour. I know, and I'm sorry. I texted. And I've got those exams that needed grading. You're right. Then allow me to amend, Professor. I'm sorry for apologizing. I appreciate that you're here. My world isn't ending or anything, but it's been a rough enough day that seeing you the second I got home is really nice. Thank you. Sure, lead the way. One question, though. What do you mean, escapist cocoon? Oh my god. I. What did I ever do to deserve you? It must have been something good because you. You are beyond wonderful. I mean, I tell you, I'm having a shit day, and you not only rush home, but you get my favorite game ready to go. You did? You hate making the mods work. And you've got my soda right there ready for me, and the comfy blanket I love. I'm at a loss for words. Truly, thank you. I know I've said it once already, but babe, I'm gonna go get changed first. I'm ready to take today off. Well, as much as I can, anyway. Which means getting out of these and into comfy clothes. Do you want to come with and I can catch you up? It's honestly just a bunch of fucking bullshit. And it's been one thing after another, literally all day long. Yeah, it started as soon as I got there. I hadn't even had time to put my coffee on my desk when I got called into my boss's office. When I got there, Carver was already there and waiting, and I think we both figured this was it. He was gonna get his ass chewed. Oh, God, what do I want to wear right now? I think this one. We figured he was gonna get his ass chewed for being so needlessly ridiculous. They'd probably say they were changing the reporting regulation back to what it had been, and life would go back to some semblance of normal. Nope. Of course it wouldn't be that easy. We were told that while the higher-ups appreciate... Oh god, how did she fucking put it? The artistry and dedicated fervor of Carver's reports, they're actually causing a stir in the wrong ways. I am now officially in charge of all of our reports. Carver isn't allowed to touch them. She even went so far as to threaten him with an unpaid vacation if he so much as breathes on the keyboard while I was writing them. Of all the things I ever thought might come of this little campaign, this was exactly nowhere on my list. Though, in all fairness, it really wasn't on his either. He's. I think the best word is agitated. He's not angry enough to do anything about it yet. Not really. But he did throw around the idea of calling HR and filing a complaint about the onerous and unnecessarily burdensome nature of the reporting regulations. That was after I talked him down from his original plan to write a strongly worded 10,000 word email to Executive Assistant Director Garber complaining about the decision. I like Carver. He's honestly the best partner I've ever had, not just in this position, but since I was hired on by the agency, period. And he's got a point. These regulations are fucking ridiculous. Give us a damn ticky box for the straightforward shit and save the reports for the complicated, unexplained, weird stuff. But this started out, honestly, funny. But now I need him to just not. And God knows I'll probably feel better and less cranky about it tomorrow. But today I just needed him to stop. Which he did when I asked. But that I needed to ask today was just... I know I'm an adult. And he's an adult. And that means having the ability to communicate our needs. But you know those days where everything is just going wrong, and trying to put your emotional state into words is just another straw on the camel? And that was today, especially as it continued on and I was still having to deal with this. God, no. So my boss drops that bomb on us and then dismisses Carver and asks me to stay behind for a minute. Yeah, it was a really stressful couple of minutes. I couldn't tell you the last time I saw her look like that. There was just something off about the set of her mouth. I was almost afraid I was about to get busted back down to junior investigator. Thankfully, it wasn't that. But what she did tell me didn't feel much better. She said there's an official response in regards to my request for information about or access to records pertaining to the histories of the ancient wards. And that is, such records and information do not exist. Which is fine. I figured that's where we were. We talked about that. But where it wasn't okay, what she really wanted me to stay to tell me was that my persistence was starting to raise eyebrows among several of the assistant directors. Because it's, quote, both extreme and uncalled for, especially in light of the nature of the request, end quote. Exactly, it's fishy as shit. I hate this. But I love my job more. And I can't do anything if I'm fired for pushing where it's being made clear that I shouldn't. And the cherry on top of this shit Sunday of my morning was that when I got back to my desk, I had an email from Bridget. That she looked into it as thoroughly as possible and couldn't find anything. It's officially a closed case. The resolution is simply to reinforce the ward, which makes no sense. There was honestly no reason for it to have tripped in the first place, especially given what was going on. But I also have to let it go. I can't risk raising real suspicions higher up the ladder, and I certainly don't want to put Bridget's neck on the line, too. Oh, and that reminds me. After lunch, we got an official notice that another vampire rights protest is supposed to take place on campus next week. Well, I guess it's good we found out the same day you did. I'm just glad the school's on top of it this time. Do you know the air wielder they say is spearheading the whole movement? Is she one of yours? I just figured I'd ask, in case. I don't know much about her either, since that isn't really my department. She seems to be following all of the regulations for protesting, though, so at least there's that. I guess the first one was a fluke. I hope the first one was a fluke. Today just started bad and somehow kept rolling downhill, even though it was really only the morning that was the worst of it. But it just impacted the rest of how today felt, I think. I just hate days like today. And it's only the first of the week. If I were to be optimistic about it, I'd say that means the week has 4 days left to get its shit in order and improve. And it fucking better. But for now, I really want to go enjoy the wonderful surprise you set up for me. Some good, healthy escapism is exactly what I need right now. Do, do you want to come with me? You could sit and watch me play. I know you like to. And I'd like to have you close right now, if that's okay. Yeah, I would. You've always had this comforting effect on me. Especially on days like today, where it feels like everything is upside down and I can't find my feet. I know when it feels like that, I can always hold on to you and feel like there's something solid holding me steady. I love you. Now, look. We know there's room for both of us in the chair. Come with me. Thanks, babe. Damn right I am. There's something to be said for the comfort provided by revisiting a familiar story. It's psychological fact. I don't care. You play it different ways every time. Knock yourself out. And honestly, I love seeing all the different choice permutations you've been able to find. But I like the story I have going right here. And I like the story we've got. Seriously, today has been the worst day I've had in a long time. But coming home to you, even without all these bells and whistles, and I am grateful for all the bells and whistles, made me feel lighter. It didn't melt it all away. It isn't magic. Nothing could do that. But it makes it easier because you're here and you're here with me through all of it. And you always have been. I honestly don't know what the fuck I did to deserve you. No, listen. You've always had my back in ways I never realize how badly I need until I'm in the middle of whatever's going on and actually need it. And then I turn around and you're already there. You've been with me through so much, supported me through so much. And I don't know that I will ever have the words to fully express how grateful I am for you. Hell, the heights you've helped me reach. I mean, even my job, chasing it like I did, was all thanks to your encouragement. You knew that I had a dream, and you helped me find a way to pursue it. I mean, sure, I didn't have you in class, but I heard enough stories from friends who did. Your passion for magical history and theory, and your wholehearted joy in expressing it and sharing it, how fucking infectious that is, even secondhand. That's honestly what inspired me to go after what I wanted, including you. Thank you for everything. This is the perfect way to put a good ending on what's been a bad day. Thank you, babe. Now, let's go kill some geth.